Hello, it's been a while. And as you can see, things are different now. And that's going to be what I'm talking about today. So first of all, welcome to my new flat. I am living alone for the first time in my life. Like, I've obviously lived in properties with other people and they haven't been there for some periods of time. Let's say if they've gone away on holiday and I've been on my own. This isn't the first time I've been in a building independently, but it is the first time that I've been responsible for everything. That is slightly terrifying. This is a very new experience for me and I think it's one I'm enjoying. It's lonely at times, but we are also in the middle of, Lord knows where on the spectrum of time it goes with COVID that we are, but I know that we're very much in the midst of the pandemic still, and social events aren't necessarily what they once were, let's say in the glamorous olden days of 2019, but I am getting used to it and I'm trying to find ways to entertain myself. Thus, hello, I'm reintroducing myself. I guess I want to just go over sort of what's happened in the last 3 months-ish. I haven't posted a video since May. Sorry. I have intended to, you know, I've sat down and I've said, oh, you know, I could do this, I want to discuss that. I was going to do a review of the Eurovision movie which came out, which, quick, I enjoyed it. A bit too much Will Ferrell comedy in there for me, but I'd check it out. It's long. Very long, about 2 and a bit hours long, so you know, get some popcorn, sit down, but yeah, recommend. But yeah, I just thought I'd go over sort of what's happened the last 3 months. When I started this channel, I wanted to release a video every Wednesday, and obviously that didn't go very well at all. And here we are, picking it back up, and I'm going to try and be frequent with it. Because I enjoy it, you know, that's the thing. It sounds silly and some people might find it quite vain, I guess. And I see that, but for me, it's therapeutic. I quite enjoy just sitting down and talking, and I like that. I do this for me as much as I do it for anybody watching, and I think with any form of content creating or creative energy that anybody puts out there, that has to be the case. It has to be as much for the person as it does the people watching, if anybody is watching. So, the last 3-4 months since March, I think the first thing to discuss, and I won't go into great detail because I want to respect the other person, was that me and James broke up. And going through a breakup in the middle of a pandemic is not easy. First and foremost, I need to say that, you know, everybody's situation is different, and with me and James, we were quite lucky that we were in a good place with each other. We weren't breaking up because we'd had some massive argument. We weren't breaking up because we didn't care about each other anymore. There was no blazing row that led to a breakup. It was very simply a conversation, and we just wanted different things. And I think we'd been sort of trying to work on maybe just get to a place where we both wanted the same things, and I don't think that was ever going to happen. I love James, I care about James, I respect James, but I love, care and respect myself too, and for those reasons I think we just needed to sit down and say, this isn't going to work. And it's sad, you know, it's sad when relationships don't work out, even when you are parting on good terms. And me and James have stayed in touch, you know, he even came around to my new flat and helped me put a bed up, you know, we're not at each other's throats, you know, we still care about each other and want to see each other succeed and do well. We just want to go down different paths, and that's absolutely fine. I understand that there are people in much worse situations than mine, so there's really no drama behind it. But it is hard, you know, we broke up 3 days after the UK lockdown was introduced, and that was a tricky time, you know, people still didn't quite know what they could or couldn't do. Pretty much everything apart from shops had closed down, and we found ourselves in a situation where we were living together still, and we did for 2.5, 3 months. Now, whilst that was fine because for the most part we were getting on, it was hard because you don't get that break. You know, you've just gone through a breakup with somebody, and then not only do you have to continue living with them, he was also the only person that I saw for the best part of 2 months. That's a long time to spend with somebody who you really want to just have some space from. I, at one point, almost went and stayed with my parents for a couple of weeks because I was starting to struggle with my emotions, my feelings, the inability to move on fully. And then the whole thing with Dominic Cummings kicked off, and my parents live in County Durham, so going there wasn't wasn't an option. Unfortunately, and I'm not going to go into the details out of respect for James, me and James did have one massive argument where it kind of for me was, this is not working. We need our own space. We need to spread our wings and, you know, move on and put this chapter of our lives to bed. And I did end up at this stage, several weeks later, go and spend 3 weeks at my mum and dad's. That was hard. You know, I obviously was lucky that, you know, I had somewhere to go. I was lucky that we were working from home so that I could continue to work and continue to have that distraction. And I say it's hard. That sounds bad because I obviously was around family who I hadn't seen for months. You know, I hadn't seen my family since January actually, so sort of like 2.5-ish months from when before the lockdown was introduced. So it was nice to be able to go see them and spend a bit of time there and regroup my thoughts and, you know, be at the beach again. Oh, the one thing I love about my hometown, apart from my friends and family being there, is the beach. And that is where I used to go to center myself, to collect my thoughts, the sea air, the sound of the waves. Like it's very tranquil for me. So I've been able to sit there and take stock of my life was very refreshing. That being said, trying to find a place to live when you are 250 miles away from the place you intend to live, not quite so easy. And I had a hell of a time doing it. It was an absolute nightmare. One thing you may have noticed is that I've not discussed Bobby. If you've seen my previous videos, Bobby was my dog. She lived with myself and James, and we loved her very much. And trying to find somewhere that would take a dog was so hard. And all of the houses that I found when I would call up to see about them, they'd then say that they'd already been taken despite being posted online, in some cases minutes beforehand, and it just was like, how is this happening? How is this possible? Some people would just be like, oh yeah, that one's let, it should say on the website. Well, it doesn't. Then I had to make the decision to, I want to say rehome Bobby, it is rehoming Bobby, but she went back to live with my sister, and she'd lived with my sister, she was my sister's dog before she came to me, so she's done a bit of a circle. She's came and spent some time with me, and then she's gone back to live with my sister Sam, and she's going to be very, very happy there, and I'm happy because I'll still get to see her. That then leads me to, you know, flats. I put an offer in a flat. My friend Michael went and viewed it for me, which I really appreciated. I put an offer in to rent this flat, and then the other person who put their 2 cents in there said that they'd pay a year up front, which I couldn't do, so I was out of that one. And then they sent me a video, the same land agent, which was really, really good, and they were really, really helpful despite all of the crappy ones. This one was actually quite good and have continued to be quite good. And they sent me a video which was here, and here I am. And it's been a bit of a whirlwind, to be honest with you, and I still have lots of very, very mixed emotions and feelings about everything that's gone on this year, and a lot of them are very positive emotions. I'm very, very grateful for the amazing people in my life who've just been there just to listen to me, to vent, who've helped me move, who've helped me find furniture, you know, anyone who's been involved in that process, I thank you so much, because it's really just, I couldn't have done it without any of the people who were involved in it. And now I'm in, and for the most part we're furnished. There's still a few little bits and bobs that I want to get, and I'm happy. So this look is me actually realising that I said I'm happy for the first time without thinking about it. It just sort of happened. I'm genuinely happy and not just sort of content. I always sort of put a lot of pressure on myself to be at certain places in my life, and I know I'm not alone with that. You know, I think a lot of us think, oh, by this age I'll have done this, or that age I'll have done that. And I struggled a little bit when we broke up, because for me, a lot of that sort of kind of came crashing down. One thing I've learned is that I need to focus on myself a bit more, and I am, and I have been, and I'm very happy with everything that's going on and the steps that I'm making in my life. That being said, I've in the past probably spent more time trying to find somebody and focus on them being the thing that makes me happy. And relationships, I think, needs to obviously consist of two people who would like similar things in life, but they should complement each other and not complete each other. I think that they're two very different things. I think completing someone means that they're probably not quite ready to be in such a serious relationship. Where if you were somebody who complements you, then damn, you've got two fully realised people who are ready to, you know, put love out there into the world. So moving forward, I'm planning on doing some videos once a week. He says again, I don't really know what on at this stage. You know, I kind of wanted to have maybe a little bit of a theatre basis for it, but then there's other stuff that I enjoy, and I was like, oh, I'll do a whole Eurovision thing, but then like Eurovision got cancelled, and I don't know if I should just maybe turn on a camera and start talking and see what happens, but I mean, sometimes, woof. I mean, a lot of it just gets cut for being crap. But I like this setup. I think it's comfortable, it's a bit more personal. I did like standing, I think it gave me a little bit more movement, but I still move mostly with my arms and lean forward and back, and being sat on a sofa isn't the end of the world. It's quite comfortable. So thank you for watching if you did stop by. I'm very grateful for anybody who does take the time to just stop by and listen to me ramble on. This year has shown me that I'm around people who love me, and I'm lucky to have that. You know, I'm having a new flat, a fresh start, a proper fresh start. I've been lucky to continue working through the whole lockdown, so that's been helpful because it's kept me distracted. And I'm getting a car, woo! I'll probably talk about that another day because I can't drive. But it's exciting nonetheless. I'm just rambling now, so I'm gonna wrap it up, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for stopping by. Please take care of yourself. If you enjoyed this video, I'm not sure why you did, but please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends as well. My name is Matthew, and I bid you adieu. Bye bye.